As human beings, we all have the same purpose, but we also all have a unique purpose as well. Let me explain. As human beings, we all have the same purpose. It's funny because I've always thought this, like, as human beings, we're very, very, very similar. But we always tend to look at the differences more than the similarities. Like, all the similarities are very obvious. Like, we all um need air to breathe. We all need food to survive and water. We all have the same extremities. Like, our bodies all look the same. We just have different skin colors and different genders. That's it. Like, if like we all have hair, we all like want love, we all desire to have good relationships, like all these things. We all have the same like desires of security, success, um love, affection, all these things. Like, we have a lot in common. I don't see why we always tend to, human beings in general, as a species, we just tend to see, we look right over all the similarities, like we can't relate to each other, and then we tend to look at the little differences we have. Like, literally 80-90% of our life is similar, and then we tend to look at the 10-15-20% of like differences, maybe from a different continent, a different language, we have a different culture, whatever, different height or some different skin. Like, those things are so small in comparison, like, to our similarities. Our similarities are so deeply rooted. Our similarities are um so deeply rooted, so much of who we are, more than our differences, right? So it's very obvious to see, going back to purpose, that we all have a similar purpose. Like, every human being's deepest desire is to be, like, to be accepted and loved. That just shows you, like, we are all trying to do the same thing. And if we all just knew the truth, like, that God is real and we come from God, we would know our purpose as a human race. It says it. Our purpose is to know God, and love other people, and then to serve other people. That's our purpose as a human race. That's what we're all supposed to be doing. We're all supposed to know God, love God, share God through loving other people. That's how you share God. Serving other people, loving other people, which is loving God. It's all the same. It's like together. It all goes together. So that's our common purpose as human beings. The only thing that's different is the little ways that we do it. And that's what I like to call your unique purpose. So there's a common purpose and then there's a unique purpose. And so, just like every human being, we all have 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 legs, 2 arms, a head, a brain. We all got the same like composition. We just look slightly different, each person. We all have a different fingerprint or something like that, different eye color or whatever, like different height. It's like these small little differences, but the major stuff is the same. So we have a lot more to relate to. But yeah, it just shows we have our common purpose is the major thing, is the main purpose in life, to know God and love God. And when you know God and you love people automatically, because He changes your heart to love people. And that's the purpose. That's how that would make, if we all just did that, we would be living on heaven on earth, in heaven on earth. But we get distracted by these differences, and we don't trust people and all these other things, and now we have lack, and now we're greedy and all these things. So it just makes everything crumble, right? But like I said, our purpose is to love others and serve others, and the way you do that is unique. The way you're supposed to do that and serve other people is unique to you, and nobody can do it like you. So what I feel like people would really benefit from is understanding what their unique purpose is. Most people don't even understand the common purpose of like loving and serving other people, and to give, right? To give is the goal. You actually receive when you give. But a lot of people are just caught up in self-serving things, like serving themselves. And I mean, you got to live a good life. That's fine, but it's kind of backwards. Like when you serve other people, when you think of others first, you become more fulfilled in yourself, and you take care of yourself in a way. So it has more of a spiritual context to it. And the spiritual world and the physical world are connected, but they can be opposite sometimes too. So um it's like, but you can see it. In order to receive, you have to give something. That's just like a universal law. So I mean, look at it in the simplest way. To go earn money, you have to go give your time. You have to give to get. You have to go get a job and give your time away and your effort away and your time and energy to receive a paycheck. That's literally that law in layman's terms. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you're just focused on, okay, I just want to earn money, so I'm giving my time or I'm just putting in work to receive a paycheck, it's very shallow. And people tend to, you could make hundreds of thousands of whatever, millions of dollars, right? And you're still gonna have like a hole in you. You're still gonna be unfulfilled in a way. I watched a video today of this guy, the guy who sold, I don't know his name, but he sold the MVMT watches. He made that brand, and he sold it for $100 million, right? And he was depressed. He said he was depressed. He didn't know why he was depressed. He didn't feel like he could tell anybody, because who's gonna have sympathy for a guy who just earned $100 million, right? Why is he depressed? Why is he like feeling unfulfilled? Because you're only depressed because you lack purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in life. You lack something filling you up, fulfillment. So why he has everything he could ever want. I met a friend too recently, late last year, who was very well off. A young guy, young cat, good looking dude, confident in himself. He had everything, and I met him at church because he was like, I feel like something's missing. It's like, dude, what is missing? You have everything everybody wants, and you're young. You're not even 30 yet, And he was like, yeah, I feel like something's missing, man. And what is that? There's so many other people like that they just don't know what they're missing, and it's something that they can't even really put their finger on. So, and I would go as far as to say, I'm pretty confident in the fact that they're missing purpose in their life, or they're unaware of what their purpose is. They're missing that fulfillment that when you're living in your purpose, when you know your unique purpose, even just fulfilling your common purpose, like just to love other people and serve other people, that's fulfilling in itself. But you really hit the nail on the head when you find out the unique reason you were made and how you're supposed to fulfill your unique purpose on the earth. So I really just wanted to say that, like, you do have a unique purpose. You do have a reason you're alive. You do have skills and talents and abilities and gifts that you've been given, that you've developed. And you're supposed to go and serve other people with those gifts. You have a gift to give it. There's a quote that says, what does it say? I think it says, like, the meaning of life is to, like, discover your gifts, and the purpose of life is to give your gift away. And that's the truth, You're supposed to, like, it says in the Bible, it's the, like, glory of God to hide a thing, and it's the honor of a man to reveal the thing. I think it's something like that. It's probably not like exactly, but it's like God gives you the gift, but he's not gonna, like, uncover it if you don't even try to seek. It's like seeking, you will find. You know what I mean? Like, if you look for it, if you try to figure it out, if you try to analyze yourself, if you try to search within, like, get to know yourself. Like, you've heard people say, know yourself. Like, that's when you reveal the gifts you've been given, and everything gets unpacked and unraveled. And the present that you've been given, it's a present, is basically unwrapped. And now you know more. And now you can take that, develop it, and give it away to people, right? So there's so many ways like you can give your gift away. There's usually not just one way. You have a talent and it can be interpreted in many different ways, which kind of may make it more complicated for people, because maybe they're expecting it to be this one lane, this one thing, but usually it's a way of operating that is your gift. Like a creative can be creative in many ways. An analytical person can be analytical in many different things, many different areas of life, you know? A compassionate person, maybe a loving person, all these gifts that you can have, they can use those in many different scenarios. So that's the thing. It's not usually like, oh, I'm just made to be an accountant or, whatever. But like, no, you're just good with numbers, and you can use that for many different facets in life. And you can use that to serve other people. So yeah, and it's just finding how you want to live your life, what lifestyle you want to have, what your gifts are, what lifestyle you want to have, combining those two, and then going and finding people you can serve where you're fulfilled and they're fulfilled as well. You're helping them achieve something and you're fulfilled in the doing of it. You're not fulfilled when you're achieve something, when you get to a destination. This guy also said that in the video. He was like, what I found out is like, it's not the destination. The guy who had sold his company for $100 million, he said, it's not the destination. It's some of the best days of my life was on the journey to the destination. And he found out that, yeah, he sold his company. He got depressed because he had no more purpose anymore. And he just wanted to be creative. He liked to create stuff. And that's what we all do. We're all made in the image of God, who is the ultimate creator. And so we are creators. We want to create things, It's just what are you going to create and how do you want to create it? That's the unique purpose that you can figure out. So yeah, I just wanted to share that message. And if anybody ever wanted any help figuring out what they're supposed to do in their life, if anybody ever wanted to find out what their unique purpose is, or I can show you basically the roadmap to it. I can help you kind of finagle your way through this maze. It can seem like a maze of like, where do you even start, right? But you just got to look at certain areas in your life in a certain way, and it kind of reveals itself. And you'd be surprised how much you already know about what you're supposed to do in life once you look at it the right way. So yeah, anyways, my name's Ideal. My brand is Ideal Life Productions, and the purpose of it is to help other people live and fulfill their ideal life by living in their purpose. Because when you live in your purpose, you find true fulfillment in life, and that's what we're all looking for anyway. So God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.